Ladies and gentlemen, the day has come. Gorilla Matt is back, and he is live on YouTube. But Gorilla Matt, why aren't you playing video games? We are past that. This is Gorilla Talk, not Gorilla Gaming. All right, let's get to the NFL Week 4 predictions. We're doing it live this week because why not? Let's do it. Let's have some fun. First off, we have the Denver Broncos visiting the New York Jets tonight. And this is going to be a shit show. This is a horrible Thursday night game. I don't care what any of you guys say. You're telling me that out of all the NFL teams that are out there, the best Thursday night game that you could give us to start off week 4 was the Broncos at the Jets? Really, Goodell? Really, NFL? That this is our week 4 game that you guys are giving? That's garbage. Come on now. But if I had to pick one between both teams, oh, by the way, for those of you who aren't following the NFL, I'm glad you're watching my video. You should follow the NFL. But for those of you who aren't following the NFL, we got the 0-3 Denver Broncos playing in New York against the 0-3 Jets. Super exciting. One of these teams is going to get their first win of the season. So great. Who's it going to be? I think the Denver Broncos are going to get their first win. I don't know what's going on in New York. They're down pretty much almost all their wide receivers. Le'Veon Bell's out. Sam Darnold, is he the quarterback of the future? Or is it all Adam Gase? Adam Gase is said to be toxic, not the greatest head coach, ruins all of the great players that he has been a part of. So I'm picking the Broncos. I think the Broncos walk away with the first win tonight. Next, we're moving on to the Baltimore Ravens against the Washington football team. Now listen, Baltimore fans, don't count yourselves out because you lost for the first time last week, okay? You guys are a hell of a football team, and I think that you are getting the perfect opportunity to bounce back this week against the Washington football team. Look, the Washington football team surprised us week 1 with that big win. I was like, holy hell, what's going on? Is the Washington football team legit? Is this the turning point the Washington football team needed? Like, name change, like, what's going on? Now, I know they're not officially going to carry forth being the Washington football team. Like, their whole legal team and branding is going to be a whole brand new Washington whatever team. But was it a fluke week 1? I mean, Dwayne Haskins looked good week 1, but these last 2 weeks, subpar. So I'm going to pick the Baltimore Ravens to get out of here with a win. I think they go into Washington, get the win on the road, and prove to 3-1. Next, we would have had the Pittsburgh Steelers facing the Tennessee Titans, but there has been a development, ladies and gentlemen. There's been a development. There have been several positive cases of COVID-19 that has broken out in the Tennessee Titans team. And because of that, and because of multiple days of testing and more people coming back positive, they have just delayed this game. Postpone this game. It's going to happen later in the season. I don't know when. It's to be determined. So pretty much the Steelers have a bye week this week, and Tennessee is also, I don't know if the NFL is officially counting this as a bye week for Tennessee, but the teams aren't playing this week. Now, Tennessee played Minnesota last week, and so Minnesota has also gone through the protocols, but none of their players or personnel have tested positive. So Minnesota will be playing this week, to my knowledge, but the Tennessee Titans and Pittsburgh Steelers are not. We will predict the winner of this game when that time comes. So sorry, Pittsburgh. Sorry, Tennessee. You guys don't get to play this week, but get healthy. Next, we have the Los Angeles Chargers at Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Gronkaneers are hosting Justin Herbert, rookie quarterback who came out looking great against the Kansas City Chiefs, ultimately losing that game, but still looked great, showed some flashes of great potential. Last week, not as great as showing, but still looked promising as a rookie. It's tough to want to pick Tampa Bay because they're in your conference and Tom Brady. But you know what? I can't see the Tampa Bay Bucks losing to the Chargers, especially with a rookie quarterback. I think Tampa Bay's got a good defense. I think obviously they've got a good offense. Tom Brady's going to start getting into his groove, kind of getting into a rhythm with his offense. Week 1, losing against the Saints, everyone was like, "Oh no, the Bucks, they're overrated. Tom Brady, he's not a good quarterback. He's done. He's done." No, that was like their preseason game. Pat McAfee, they were talking about this on his podcast, For the Brand, the Pat McAfee Show 2.0. I highly recommend giving that a subscription to. They're on YouTube. Pat's on All the Boys, and Pat are on Twitter. Great podcast, by the way. But, that was more like a preseason game for Tom Brady. Like that was his first game out of his old system, playing with an entirely new offense. I think the Bucs just keep getting better. We'll see what happens as the season progresses. I do think they're going to take an L to my Packers in a few weeks, but we'll get there. We'll get there. This week, I think they walk away with a dub. Congratulations, Tampa Bay. You are improving to 3-1. Sorry, Los Angeles, but you going to 1-3. But don't worry. There's always next week. Next, we have the Seattle Seahawks visiting the Miami Dolphins. Seattle is 3-0. Miami's 1-2. Now, listen, Seattle, your defense looks spotty at best, but Russell Wilson on the other side of the ball is carrying that team. Russell Wilson, I love Aaron Rodgers. I would just like to preface this with, I love Aaron Rodgers. In my eyes, he is always the MVP, but Russell Wilson is playing out of his damn mind right now. And I truthfully see Seattle on offense being very tough to stop. On defense, though, that's Seattle's weakness. But I don't think Miami has the firepower to win that game. I think if it were to turn into a shootout, Seattle's got the win. Seattle's got the win. Ryan Fitzmagic, obviously getting that win last week against Jacksonville. He's a great quarterback. He's a great mentor for Tua Tagovailoa. I hope I pronounced that last name right. But I just can't see Miami beating Seattle. I can't. So I think Seattle walks away 4-0 to move on to next week. And it's tough saying it because I'm not a big fan of Seattle, but man, Russell Wilson is cooking, as they say. Next, we have the Minnesota Vikings playing in Houston against the Texans. Now, both teams are 0-3, but you know what? I think this is an unfair assessment of both teams. So let me explain for a little bit. Minnesota, I would have never guessed at the start of the season that they would start 0-3. Definitely, we're going to start 0-1. But listen, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season, before the season even started, that Minnesota would be starting the season 0-3 and Chicago would be starting the season 3-0, I would not have believed you. Would not have believed you. But you know what? Minnesota 0-3, Houston 0-3. Now, Houston has played some tough teams to start off their stretch too. So I was really hoping Houston would get a win last week. One of these teams is going to get the first win, and another one of these teams is going to go to 0-4, and that's tough. I honestly see this is a toss-up for me. Oh, by the way, the Seattle versus Miami game, that's my lock of the week. I think Seattle gets the win there. Okay, back to Minnesota and Houston. Yeah, I think Minnesota gets their first win. I do. I hate saying that, especially with them being in my division. I don't know about Houston right now. It's just so weird seeing Houston without DeAndre Hopkins. Like, yes, David Johnson is great, and Randall Cobb had a big moment last week, and I'm going to stick with my gut. Minnesota gets their first win of the season. Houston, while you're starting the season 0-4, I do think you guys can bounce back and still be a playoff team. And I know me saying that and you guys being 0-4 now, it's hard to believe, but I do. Both of these teams, it's tough for me to see both of these teams missing the playoffs. I'm going to stick with Minnesota. Moving on, we have the New Orleans Saints against the Detroit Lions. Now, listen here. New Orleans did not play a bad game last week against the Packers. Like, no, Monday night, they played a great game. No, it was Sunday night. Sunday night. I'm getting all my stuff mixed up. Sunday night, they did not play a bad game against the Packers. I mean, Drew Brees, his stat line looked pretty damn good. But you could tell that Drew Brees was uncomfortable in his offense. Outside of Alvin Kamara, there wasn't a whole lot of trust, I felt like Drew Brees had with any of the other receivers. Now, he did hit Emmanuel Sanders a little bit up there, and Emmanuel Sanders ate a little bit. But, you can definitely tell the Saints are struggling without Michael Thomas if you watch the game. Looking at the stat line, you're like, oh, Drew Brees completed most of his passes, had a few touchdowns, looked pretty good. But if you watched his game, you can tell he misses having Michael Thomas out there. And who wouldn't? That guy is an incredible wide receiver. Easily one of the top 2, top 3 wide receivers in the game. Detroit looked good last week, defeated the undefeated Arizona Cardinals last week. And it was a hell of a game, actually. Hell of a game. I think the Saints bounce back this week and get a win over Detroit. While I think Matthew Stafford has the capability of going into a shootout with any quarterback in the league, I truthfully think that. Man, it's tough for me to see the Saints starting the season 1-3. You know, when you look at Detroit, you look at the Saints and you go, okay, one of these teams is about to start 1-3. Which team do you think it is? Detroit, naturally. So I'm giving the New Orleans Saints, I'm giving them the win this week to improve their record to 2-2, get them to 500. In Detroit, you're going to fall to 1-3. But you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Detroit win this game just for the fact of I feel like that'd be exciting to see. I do like Detroit. Like, I don't hate Detroit as much as I hate the Vikings and Bears in the division. I think Matthew Stafford is a hell of a quarterback, a tough quarterback. But I can't see them. Oh, and they're playing in Detroit. You know what? Yeah, I'm sticking with my gut. That's what we do here at Gorilla Matt. Gorilla Talk. I'm going to pick the Saints to beat the Lions, and I'm moving on. We're not going to think any more about that. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns going up against the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. And this will be a good game. I would love to see just a big battle of running backs. Ezekiel Elliott on one side, Nick Chubb on the other, and maybe, I don't know. Why can't I think of his name? Hold on. What's his name? What is the other running back for the Browns? Oh my God, now it's bothering me a little bit. What's the other name of the running back on the Browns? Wow, Kareem Hunt. Oh, that was embarrassing. Sorry. I would love to see a battle of the running backs. But we'll see how that goes. We know Mike McCarthy, although he has adapted, you can tell he's using Zeke Elliott. Just wish he would have used our running backs towards the end of his tenure at Green Bay. Anyway, not that I'm salty. This is gonna be a good game. Cleveland's coming off a big win, and Dallas. Hold on. Who did Dallas play last week? Oh my God. Oh, why am I forgetting? I'm forgetting things. Hold on. Okay, Dallas. Who did you play last week? Why am I forgetting this? Dallas played the Seahawks. Oh yeah, they lost to the Seahawks. That was an incredible game. Okay. I think Dallas gets the win here. I do. They're playing in Dallas too. They're going to have, I think, a few fans in the stands. Although they would if they were playing in Cleveland too. I think Cleveland allows some fans. Speaking of fans in the stadiums for these NFL teams, I'm wondering if that will continue because of this COVID outbreak in Nashville. Will any of these teams that are allowing fans stop that because of this COVID outbreak with the Tennessee Titans? I don't know. That'll be an interesting development that we'll just have to kind of wait and see how things progress. But you know what? I think the Dallas Cowboys, they improved to 2-2. Cleveland will go down to 2-2, and they're still going to be at 500. Cleveland, I do think that you have the opportunity to finish your first season 500 or above. It's just tough when you're going to go up against Dallas coming off a tough loss. Dak Prescott played well. We'll see how it goes, but I'm picking Dallas for this one. Next, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Cincinnati Bengals. And listen, I cannot believe that we ended in a tie last week. The Eagles and Bengals. Can't believe it ended in a tie, but it did, and, well, we're moving on. I think Cincinnati finally walks away with the win. I think they improved to 1-2-1. Jacksonville will fall to 1-3. Every time I feel like I'm about to get on the Minshew Mania hype train, I lose that faith, and I'm just like, yeah, no. I just don't know any other players on Jacksonville. I don't. I know Gardner Minshew. And I think that's really the only player I can name off the top of my head. Sorry, and I know that's disrespectful for the other players on that team, and I apologize. But these are the Bengals. They're the hometown team for me, technically, and I know a handful of players in the team. But Joe Burrow, he's looking great. Now, he's got to stop taking all those hits and sacks. Joe Burrow is currently the #1 most hit and sacked quarterback in the NFL right now, and Cincinnati has got to find a way to protect this kid. Otherwise, they're going to lose him. He's a great quarterback. He's got a great future ahead of him, but we got to keep him upright. So I think Cincinnati gets away with the win, and yeah, moving on. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Chicago Bears. Now, listen, Chicago is effing me over every damn week. I think last week I actually did pick them, if my memory serves me correct. I did pick Chicago last week, and they did miraculously manage to win. As a Packer fan, I was sad. As someone who was happy to get an extra win in the column, I was like, woo, I picked right. But I don't see Chicago beating the Colts, but this will be a fun game to watch. I think both teams have great defenses. This will be the first game that Nick Foles will be officially starting at quarterback. How will that go? How will Mitchell Trubisky handle being demoted? How will that locker room respond? That'll be exciting to see. Nick Foles obviously led Chicago to a comeback win. It was an impressive win, but I don't see them beating the Colts. I think that as long as Philip Rivers doesn't turn the ball over. I know that's been a problem historically, recently for Philip Rivers, but I think the Colts can walk away with the win here on the road in Chicago. If whoever wins the turnover battle, that's going to be my pick. Is going to be the Colts. But if the ball gets turned over a lot, obviously it's going to go the other way. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals visiting the Carolina Panthers. And look, Arizona, they lost a tough game to the Detroit Lions last week. And I think they bounce back this week. I think they take the win in Carolina. Big win on the road. It's a conference battle, so that's going to be important for playoff seeding later in the season. But I'm not sold on Carolina yet. I'm not sold on Carolina. I think Arizona comes in. I think they get a dub, and they improve to 3-1 in a very tough NFC West division. Every win matters, and Arizona's going to get that win this week. Next, we move on to the late afternoon games. We have the New York Giants playing the Los Angeles Rams in LA. And look, I don't know what's going on with New York. I do think the pickup of Devontae Freeman, was a good pickup for New York. Kind of helped carry the load that Saquon Barkley was carrying. But I don't think Freeman's the same running back that he used to be for Atlanta. I don't see it. Los Angeles, good team, great coach, amazing defense with Aaron Donald. Put Aaron Donald out there by himself, and I bet you he would still make plays. I picked the Rams to win this. I can't see New York going on the road into the Rams' new stadium and getting a win. I can't see it. Just can't see it. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills, the undefeated Buffalo Bills, might I add, playing the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas. Now, look, Buffalo had an amazing lead last week. Amazing lead. I actually, I fell asleep at the back end of that game briefly. Like, I just dozed off. And I woke up, and all of a sudden they were down, and they were up like, I think 24 something, 28. No, they were up 28-3, I think. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Because they allowed the who did they beat last? Oh, this now see, forgetting my matchups. This is not good. Last week the Bills. Oh, they played the Rams last week. That's right. They allowed the Rams to come back, and the Rams almost won. In Vegas, the Patriots last week, they took away the tight end in Vegas. I don't think that Buffalo is going to be able to do that. I don't think they're going to be able to take Darren Waller. Right? Darren Waller, is that his name? Oh my God, I'm forgetting people's names. He's on my fantasy team, damn it. He's on your fantasy team. Why? Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, Darren Waller. Okay. I don't think the Buffalo Bills are going to be able to take Darren Waller away quite in the way that the Patriots did last week. So I do think that the Las Vegas Raiders have a strong case to make in getting a win this week. Buffalo's just look good. This is tough. I'm going to pick... See, this is like the Houston, Minnesota. I'm not sure who I want to pick for this game. But if I had to pick one, If I had to pick one, I really don't know. See, it'd be really nice to see Buffalo improve to 4-0, because they'd continue to hold the division over the Patriots, which I'm sure everyone in the AFC East wants to see, including the Jets and Dolphins. They're so tired. I think everyone in that division is tired of New England holding that division hostage. But here's my thing. I think Vegas gets the win if they get Waller involved. You can't have this guy get taken out of the game. That is the Derek Carr and Darren Waller show. And if Buffalo takes away Waller, I think Buffalo gets the win. But right now, I'm going to say that they do get that thing going. I think Waller definitely has a comeback game compared to last week. And I'm going to give the Las Vegas Raiders the win. Next, we have the New England Patriots going into Kansas City to face the Chiefs. Now, this is going to be another good game, but I don't see the Patriots winning in Kansas City. Kansas City, let me tell you, there's too many weapons on offense. Now, last week, New England was able to take out Darren Waller, which left Derek Carr with, okay, not a whole lot. But on Kansas City, their offense is loaded. Their offense is loaded with talent. You've got Watkins, you've got Hill, you've got Kelsey, you've got this new rookie running back. Like, okay, New England, who are you going to take out of the game? I don't know. I really don't know. I think Kansas City improves to 4-0. The Patriots fall to 2-2. But don't worry, New England fans. You'll still make the playoffs somehow. You guys always do. And then we have the Sunday night game. We have the winless Philadelphia Eagles. But don't worry, they've tied one game. You have the winless Philadelphia Eagles playing in San Francisco against the 49ers. Now listen, 49ers are out a bunch of players, but they still manage. Record would love nothing more than to see the San Francisco 49ers lose at home against the Eagles. Would love it. I would love to see that. But Eagles have looked god-awful all season. This is how bad the Eagles are. They could have potentially won the game last week against the Bengals, but they had, I believe it was a false start, which pushed them even further away from field goal range. But here's my thought. Okay, you've got only a handful of seconds left in the game. Yes, it's a 60-something yard field goal attempt, but why not go for it? Why not go for it? You miss. The game is still going into overtime. But they know. They punted it away. That made no sense to me. If I were in that position as head coach, I would at least go, hey, let's give our kicker a shot. If he makes it, that's phenomenal. He'll break the record. If not, we're still going to overtime. I think just based off how the 49ers played last week without their stars, playing against the Eagles in San Francisco, I think 49ers get a win. They improved to 3-1. I hate saying it. I really do want that. I would love this to be the upset of the week. I would love the Eagles to go into San Francisco and walk away with the dub. Not only would that be a huge momentum swing for the Eagles to kind of get them going throughout the season, but that would I feel like that would wreck San Francisco, and it would be so sweet to watch. But I can't see it. Then we have the Monday night game, the most important game of the week. We have the Atlanta Falcons playing in Green Bay against the Packers. You guys already know. This game is it's going to be ours. We're getting this dub. Packers are improving to 4-0. The Falcons fall to 0-4. And no, seriously, though. I just found out Allen Lazard is now out indefinitely because he had abdominal surgery. What? What was wrong? What? Okay, so if Adams is out this week, that has not been confirmed yet, but if Adams is out this week, we're out Lazard. Is Marquez Valdez-Scantling, is he supposed to carry our wide receiver group? I don't know. I really don't know. We need Adams back in the lineup this next Monday. If it is just MVS at wide receiver, yes, we have Aaron Jones. Yes, we have Jamal Williams. Yes, we have the tight ends who had a great week last week, I felt like. But Oh, man. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. Dropping dimes and suck it signs, his new T-shirt from the boys and Pat McAfee. As you can tell, I really like Pat McAfee and the Pat McAfee Show 2.0. I got the For the Brand hoodie. Great podcast, great YouTube channel. They're all active on Twitter. Check them out. I can't see Green Bay losing this game, and this is why. Atlanta has been allowing the most yards. Atlanta has a horrible defense right now. Also, Atlanta has a 2-game streak of losing games where they've been up a bunch. So their self-esteem, their confidence just has to be shot, okay? Green Bay, obviously, they're coming in hot, just scoring a ton these last 3 weeks. But obviously, there's some holes on the Green Bay's side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball. And Atlanta can throw down. Atlanta can go into a shootout. Obviously, you got Julio Jones, you got Matt Ryan. That team can go into a shootout. Those two quarterbacks, absolutely. But Atlanta's going to have to dig deep to beat Green Bay. I feel like Green Bay is just riding a wave of momentum. Now, some people might think of this as a trap game where Green Bay is going to go in super confident and not worry too much about Atlanta just based off the records. I hope that's not the case. I hope each player on the Packers team goes, look, this team may be 0-3, but this is not this team doesn't play like an 0-3 team. Now, granted, yes, the last 2 weeks, Atlanta Falcons have fallen apart and lost games that they shouldn't have, but I can't see them going into Green Bay and losing this game. I think Green Bay continues to ride that wave of momentum that they've got. They ride it right into the bye week, which is next week, 4-0. And that's a great start to the season. But Green Bay's defense is going to have to step up. We had so many missed tackles. And I know Alvin Kamara is a hell of a running back. And he's going to make you miss. But I can't see Atlanta beating the Green Bay Packers, if I'm being honest. I just can't do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the live stream. Those are my predictions. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of format. I'll throw up an official thumbnail a little later once this renders and all that. But yeah, I thought, last week we did a whole, I just recorded straight through instead of the choppy kind of upload. I do like the choppy uploads. I think they're funnier, but I was like, let's try a live stream this week. Let's try it. If you enjoyed the video, you guys know what I'm going to say. Smash that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And if you want to see me live, check out I know I was live here, but check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/GorillaMatt, all one word. I'd appreciate it. We are nearing 500 followers on Twitch, which is pretty damn exciting. We've been playing Pokemon a lot. I'm almost done building my first competitive Pokemon team, so I really want to do some ranked battles online. And if any of you guys play Pokemon and want to battle me, let's do it. Also, I'm down to trade. Obviously, we play some Fortnite, play some Among Us. Among Us, man, that game is fun. Destroys friendships. We see you the next live. Have had dinner, have showered, and then we'll go live. It'll be a late live stream. But for now, I think we're going to call it a night. I got a horrible football game to go watch. I'm sorry. Jets, Broncos. I'm not really looking forward to this game. It's football, and I'm excited that football is back. It is here, but looks like the Jets are up 7-0 with 11:25 left in the first quarter, per NFL.com. But we'll watch it anyway. Jen and Joe on the go has stopped by, of course, at the end of the live stream. I only texted you 30 minutes ago, Jen. It's okay. It's okay. I forgive you. For those of you who watch this after the fact, go give Jen and Joe on the go a subscription. They're closing in on 500 subscribers on YouTube. Pretty big milestone for them. Go do that. I will see you guys on Twitch Saturday night. I'm going to go watch the horrible Broncos and Jets play out this game. Go Denver. The Jets are up right now, but we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all from Gorilla Matt. Smash that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Hit that thumbs up. We'll see you next time. Wait. This is all new to me. I'm going live on my desktop, so I gotta hit this button over here. Hold on one second. Let me